Welcome to Zero Trust Cyber Tips and Tricks. In today's video we will be talking about Mitre ATT&CK tactics and techniques. If you're in the cybersecurity field, you may have heard of this framework, but what exactly is it and how can it be used to improve your organization's security? In this video series, we'll give you an overview of what Mitre ATT&CK is and take a closer look at the tactics and techniques used by attackers. Introduction to Mitre ATTACK. Mitre ATT&CK is a globally accessible knowledge base of adversary tactics and techniques based on real-world observations. The ATTACK knowledge base is used as a foundation for the development of specific threat models and methodologies in the private sector, in government, and in the cybersecurity product and service community. Mitre ATTACK, short for Adversarial Tactics, Techniques, and Common Knowledge, is a framework that provides a comprehensive understanding of the methods and tactics used by cyber attackers. The framework is organized into a matrix that includes different tactics on the vertical axis, such as initial access, execution, persistence, etc. Part 7. Understanding defense evasion. The adversary is trying to avoid being detected. Defense evasion consists of techniques that adversaries use to avoid detection throughout their compromise. Techniques used for defense evasion include uninstalling, disabling security software or obfuscating, encrypting data and scripts. Adversaries also leverage and abuse trusted processes to hide and masquerade their malware. Other techniques are cross-listed here when those techniques include the added benefit of subverting defenses. There are various techniques that can be used for defense evasion, some of which includes abuse elevation control mechanism. Adversaries may circumvent mechanisms designed to control elevate privileges to gain higher-level permissions. Most modern systems contain native elevation control mechanisms that are intended to limit privileges that a user can perform on a machine. Authorization has to be granted to specific users in order to perform tasks that can be considered of higher risk. An adversary can perform several methods to take advantage of built-in control mechanisms in order to escalate privileges on a system. Bypass user account control. Adversaries may bypass UAC mechanisms to elevate process privileges on system. Windows User Account Control, UAC, allows a program to elevate its privileges, tracked as integrity levels ranging from low to high, to perform a task under administrator-level permissions, possibly by prompting the user for confirmation. The impact to the user ranges from denying the operation under high enforcement to allowing the user to perform the action if they are in the local administrators group and click through the prompt, or allowing them to enter an administrator password to complete the action. Access token manipulation. Adversaries may modify access tokens to operate under a different user or system security context to perform actions and bypass access controls. Windows uses access tokens to determine the ownership of a running process. A user can manipulate access tokens to make a running process appear as though it is the child of a different process or belongs to someone other than the user that started the process. When this occurs, the process also takes on the security context associated with the new token. Make and impersonate token. Adversaries may make and impersonate tokens to escalate privileges and bypass access controls. If an adversary has a username and password but the user is not logged onto the system, the adversary can then create a logon session for the user using the logonuser function. The function will return a copy of the new session's access token, and the adversary can use setThread token to assign the token to a thread. Debugger evasion. Adversaries may employ various means to detect and avoid debuggers. Debuggers are typically used by defenders to trace and/or analyze the execution of potential malware payloads. Deobfuscate, decode files or information. Adversaries may use obfuscated files or information to hide artifacts of an intrusion from analysis. They may require separate mechanisms to decode or deobfuscate that information depending on how they intend to use it. Methods for doing that include built-in functionality of malware or by using utilities present on the system. Domain policy modification. Adversaries may modify the configuration settings of a domain to evade defenses and/or escalate privileges in domain environments. Domains provide a centralized means of managing how computer resources, computers, user accounts, can act, and interact with each other, on a network. The policy of the domain also includes configuration settings that may apply between domains in a multi-domain forest environment. Modifications to domain settings may include altering domain group policy objects, GPOs, or changing trust settings for domains, including federation trusts. Hide artifacts. Adversaries may attempt to hide artifacts associated with their behaviors to evade detection. Operating systems may have features to hide various artifacts, such as important system files and administrative task execution, to avoid disrupting user work environments and prevent users from changing files or features on the system. Adversaries may abuse these features to hide artifacts such as files, directories, user accounts, or other system activity to evade detection. Hidden users. Adversaries may use hidden users to hide the presence of user accounts they create or modify. Administrators may want to hide users when there are many user accounts on a given system, or if they want to hide their administrative or other management accounts from other users. Impair, disable defenses. Adversaries may maliciously modify components of a victim environment in order to hinder or disable defensive mechanisms. This not only involves impairing preventative defenses, such as firewalls and antivirus, but also detection capabilities that defenders can use to audit activity and identify malicious behavior. This may also span both native defenses as well as supplemental capabilities installed by users and administrators. Indicator removal. Adversaries may delete or modify artifacts generated within systems to remove evidence of their presence or hinder defenses. Various artifacts may be created by an adversary or something that can be attributed to an adversary's actions. Typically, these artifacts are used as defensive indicators related to monitored events, such as strings from downloaded files, logs that are generated from user actions, and other data analyzed by defenders. Location, format, and type of artifact, such as command or login history, are often specific to each platform. 1. Implementing endpoint protection software, such as antivirus and anti-malware, to detect and block malicious code and other malicious software. 2. Regularly patching and updating software and systems to address known vulnerabilities. 3. Implementing security controls, such as firewalls and intrusion detection and prevention systems, to monitor and block unauthorized access attempts. 4. Regularly monitoring and analyzing network traffic for suspicious activity. 5. Implementing security awareness and training program for employees to educate them about the importance of security and the risks of phishing and social engineering attacks. 6. Having an incident response plan in place and regularly testing it to ensure readiness in case of any attack. 7. Regularly monitoring and reviewing system logs, including those of endpoint security software, to detect any defense evasion techniques used by attackers. 8. Implementing security configurations management to enforce security policies across the network, and detect any unauthorized changes. 9. Implementing security information and event management, SIEM, to monitor, analyze, and respond to security-related data and detect any suspicious activity. 10. Regularly reviewing and managing user accounts, including disabling or removing accounts of employees who have left the organization. 11. Implementing file integrity monitoring to detect any unauthorized changes to files or system configurations. 12. Implementing deception techniques such as honeypots and honeytokens to detect and distract attackers from their real targets. Defense evasion is an ongoing process, and organizations should continuously monitor and update their security controls and procedures to address new and emerging threats. Mitre ATT&CK framework provides a comprehensive understanding of the techniques and methods used by attackers to defense evasion and can help organizations to identify potential vulnerabilities and implement countermeasures to prevent defense evasion. For more information about privilege escalation, go to Mitre website, at https://attack.mitre.org. In the next video we will be talking about Mitre ATTACK, credential access. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more cybersecurity tips and tricks.